Alright, today we are at Monte Carlo, and obviously this is like one of the biggest, if not the biggest race on the calendar for Rallycross. I'm not going to claim to know a lot about Rallycross because I really don't, but I do know that Monte Carlo is huge. So obviously it's in France. It's really tight. This entire track is ridiculously tight the entire way up the mountain. It was tough, is all I'm going to say. Thought I was doing pretty good. A lot of scrapes, a lot of bruises going up through this section. But still managed to do pretty good. Oh yeah, I have about 25 near spins, because asphalt and me don't mix. A big thing was just trying to keep the car on the fucking road. And not off the cliffs you're gonna see. Yeah, like, really just trying to make sure that I'm making the corners here, because as you're going to see, it's very picturesque, very beautiful, but yeah, grabbing some ass there. Was absolutely terrified to send this car off, because of course, if you send the car off, you're the one that pays the bill. Every scratch, I'm paying the bill for this. So I'm just trying to make sure I keep it off the wall, but everything was so tight, like, it was hard to even get up to a high gear. Yeah, I'm just scratching the shit out of this paint. Oh yeah, that pissed me off. All of a sudden I'm starting to get a vibration in the front right. Go figure, because I just binned it, so... But I'm still doing pretty good. All in all, I wasn't doing too poorly here. I just spun out at really random times. Mostly under heavy braking. I still haven't figured that out yet. I know you're supposed to like grab the e-brake and just ride that, but then you get really slidey. So it's only moments like that where I'm like, okay, I need to swing the car, that I'm like, okay, how do I pull that out? But still, I was doing pretty good at this point. I was actually leading the pack, surprisingly enough. I turned the AI up to about 89 or 90%, so the split was a lot closer. I would say it was about half a second. Yeah, I fucked that corner, but... So it's GK and B-Nuts going through the woods. Doing pretty good, except for when I hit smack barriers like that, but honestly, the only way to get through it is just gas it out. Going uphill also slows you down so much. Obviously, that's a no-brainer, and that's common sense, but still. Oh, that was good. Nailed that corner. Oh, I thought I was going to nail that corner, but I just slid it a little too deep, but that's okay. That's what a lot of this was. It was like, oh, heavy on the gas, a lot of turns, and then 90-degree turn. But if all I have to fix is the paint job and not put my character in a body bag, I'm happy with that. So... yeah, just little stuff like that where you just catch a little grass. It sucks and it slows you down enough that you just spin. But at this point, I had built up a 5-second lead. But obviously that was wiped away once I did that. So pretty dead even. I'm fighting with first and second place right now. Got a little too cheeky there. Still managed to squeeze it out. Pretty heavy on the gas, and then it's these little braking sections. I swear to God, they're gonna be the death of me. Nailed that one pretty good. But this is kind of my view from when I'm doing these races. This is exactly what I see. So it's like, you're really don't see a whole lot out of the cab other than this. Well, actually, I play from this view so I can see my driver's hand. That way I can actually see where I'm steering, so that if I make corrections, it's a whole hell of a lot easier. So I'm not having to look down all the time. But a lot of this is just coming down to trying to make sure that I have control of the car. Because if not, you're going to be doing this. This angle I just find looks cooler. Kind of showcases the actual, what the car is actually doing versus what I'm trying to do in the car. But yeah, this was a really fun track. It wasn't my favorite, actually. I kind of like the dirt more, I find. The asphalt's fun, sure, but you're not really sliding the car or anything, and everything is so tight on the asphalt. Like, you're not swinging the car at all. You're just holding on for dear life when it comes to corners and stuff. Braking gets really wonky. Like, I find braking on the dirt is a little bit easier, obviously, but in this, it's just... You stomp on the brakes and the whole car locks up. I also need to fix the brake bias, I think, because obviously I want the front to dip a little bit more, but I find it's almost too heavy on the front. But I really did a great job in this middle section. I made up a lot of time. At this point, I think I was tied for first, or we were close. We were kind of going back and forth, but I really made some good time up through this part. I was doing quite well. I do remember I'd been it again coming up here somewhere. But yeah, just trying to make sure I stay off the gas all the time, and just knowing when it's easiest to just pull off, and then yeah, okay, that was the corner that I went off, but didn't hit the wall. Just was heavy on the brakes. It was really fun to like go through this section where it's a little bit more wide open. Those technical pieces are really fun when you do get them right. When you get them wrong and you're in the trees, it's the worst. I only had to restart one time, if I'm being honest, in this race, and that was because at the start I'd gotten a text and I looked down and just smashed the car into the wall and wrote the car off. So it was like, oh, do you want to restart? And I was like, yes. But yeah, this part was really fun, going up the hill. Obviously, I'm going to scrape a few walls on the way up. That was just dumb. I caught a rock and it just pinched me down. That's okay though, just get back on the gas, keep going. Besides all like the wall rides and the scrapes, I didn't have anything that was hindering the car. So, was able to still keep going at a decent pace, keep the speed up, try to slide it a little bit. I'm sure in the more high-powered WRC cars, these slides would be a lot cooler, but this is only 290 horsepower, and it's a rear-wheel drive. Well, sorry, the engine's in the rear, so the weight's evenly distributed, so it does make it fun, but it does make it tricky at points. Obviously a front wheel drive, or sorry, the engine in the front is just going to be a little bit more different, but this was a lot of fun. Did pretty good through this section. At this point I'm leading the race. I have about 4 seconds on the leader. Sorry, on second place at this point, so was just trying to keep pace. I did let off the gas a little bit when it came to other sections. And then, yeah, came first. So that one was a really, I would say, tidy run. Obviously wasn't the prettiest, and I scratched the hell out of the car, as you can see. But it was a ton of fun. Definitely made it a lot easier than the other races that I've done so far, where those ones were honestly just messes. This one only kind of spun out once, kept it pretty neat and tidy. I would say I'm getting better at the asphalt, but you never know. Honestly, at this point, like, this was one race. The next stage, this one is a 2-stager. Came first out of this stage, but the next stage could be completely different. I've seen clips of Monte Carlo online from actual races, like from Group B, and there's a few sections that look like they're going to terrify me, like going through the woods and stuff. So really going to have to make sure I do a good job of keeping first place. But overall, a lot of fun. GK and B Nuts are in first, so pretty happy. All right, until next time. See you at stage 2.